Hi, I'm Caitlin, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about cons, and when I say that I don't mean rip-offs or anything like that. I mean conventions, and more specifically anime conventions, slash comic conventions, kind of. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to start talking about my experiences with them. It's going to be a pretty light-hearted video today. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, let's get into it. So just last weekend I actually went to a con, and that kind of made me think, you know what, maybe I'll make a video on it. And so now I am. And yeah, so let's see here. So to start off, for these kind of things, you're going to typically need to buy a ticket, and typically those tickets are not the cheapest. Some of them are like $30. Others can go up to like $50, depending on the day. And if you want to get all of them, all days, you'll have to pay even more. I think at SuperCon / GalaxyCon, which is the one I just went to, it was about $85 total, I think, for all 4 days, which actually, I mean, let's see here, what is that? 85 divided by 4, but that's not even a full day, so, but it's like $21 a day, and again, that adds up, because you're also going to need to think about food, which is my next point. Food you might want to plan ahead for. The cheapest things there are typically like $10 if you eat inside the con, and even if you eat outside the con, it's still not the cheapest. And if you're planning on having lunch and dinner out, it can add up. I know that there are some restaurants typically nearby. Sometimes you aren't so lucky depending on where it's at, but majority of the time I believe you'll find a place to eat at outside the con, like a little hot dog stand or something like that, and that can be about $6, but still that can be a little expensive. And because of that, I might recommend you trying to pre-plan your meals and stuff like that. Just might be a good idea, small tip. Anyways, on to my next point. So my third point, and honestly possibly more important than the first one, is figuring out where you're going to stay. You're going to either stay probably at a hotel, an Airbnb, or just your house, or maybe a friend's house if you know somebody who lives near the convention center. And you're going to want to plan ahead for that, because if you aren't just staying at your house, you're going to have to know everything you're going to need to bring to the con. And if you also need to bring a suitcase, or if you have to plan for a hotel, you have to do that in advance, because hotels can get booked up very quickly for some cons, and it can be pretty hard. I know, because one time I tried to do it, and it was like the day you could register for some of those rooms, it was already sold out at some of the hotels you want to go to. So yeah, just warning right there, do plan for that. Try and like pre-plan where you're going to stay before you don't have a way of getting there and you already bought your ticket, which would be highly unfortunate. Okay, let's go to the next point. So more about tickets, it's that if you buy them early enough, typically you're able to get like a little discount code on them, or at least for some cons you are. Maybe not for some of the bigger cons, but yeah. And also, even if they either like run out or like stop selling them online, it can still be bought like at the door. So keep that in mind. So my fourth point would be packing for the con. And what I mean by this is not necessarily your luggage if you're going to a hotel, but like I typically bring a backpack to the con. That's just what I do. That's because I bring a bit of stuff, but that's also because I'm kind of the designated person, I guess, that just likes to come prepared for these kind of things. So typically I end up bringing things like makeup and brushes and combs and water. Water bottles are really, really important. Don't want to overpay for that because drinks can be expensive there too. Let's see here, what else? Bobby pins. Bobby pins are lifesavers, honestly. You need them if you don't have them. I also even brought nail clippers, which turned out to be a lot more helpful than I expected it to be. Some other things that are helpful would be fans, because it can get really hot during those summer cons. Or if it's a winter con, maybe not a fan. I'm not gonna lie, for winter cons, I wear the wrong clothes, and somehow I wear a summer cosplay instead of a winter cosplay. Just like in summer cons, I wear winter cosplays. It's fine. It's great. Another point would be that you want to have yourself a budget beforehand, because otherwise you're just going to spend all the money you have, because it's so easy to see stuff that you like and then just buy it or want to buy it and not check your money or how much you have. I think that it's a good idea to just have cash for the budget you want to buy, and then you'll only be allowed to use like a card or something for food, which did work for me at least. It definitely made me see, okay, how much am I spending? How much have I already spent? It's much easier. And in some ways it can be a bit smarter. One of my friends said, I'm only going to see this and I'm only doing that. And he stuck to it. Kudos to him. I am not him. So yeah, that is what I recommend. After that is scheduling. There are a lot of panels. You aren't going to be able to see all of them, sadly. You're going to want to. You're going to say you're going to go to a lot of them. And then you might not make some of them because you end up doing something else, which is honestly not even a panel. You just end up having fun with other friends that you end up meeting at the con, which definitely does happen. You run into pretty cool people there and just hang out. It's a pretty nice place. Most of the people there are very nice. There definitely are some people that maybe aren't as nice, but no matter what, typically people are trying to stay, for the most part, family friendly, at least during the day. Maybe not so much at night when the kids are gone, but another thing to note might be that for schedules, you can actually find them on the convention's website. Typically they post it about a week in advance, I think. And that might be a good idea if you want to try and figure out what you want to do ahead of time. Now, this is just for me personally, but typically a lot of people like to take photos when they go to these convention type things. And so what I recommend is try and have your camera like ready to take pictures. Try and have a lot of space for those pictures that you can use. Sometimes it's also nice to record videos. I'll actually include one right here, and I'll include some pictures of some cosplay as well. And it can, oh my god, the fact that it can move and just like do all that is so cool.
Ears tell me.
Aww. He dances! That's so cute! By the way, another thing to note would be what the dealer's room is, because I did kind of touch on the fact that you'll probably be in the dealer's room. Here's a picture of the dealer's room right here. And hopefully that explains why you'll probably be in there for a bit, because it's very, very big. And this is only for a mid-sized con, so yeah, keep that in mind, though it's a lot bigger than a smaller con. So other than the dealer's room, there's also something called the Artist Alley, but sadly I do not have a picture. It's so sad. But they end up selling things that are not necessarily canon, but more fan driven. And it's really, really pretty and impressive to see what kind of things that they can do. Some of the things that they make could be like some necklaces or keychains of fandoms that you like and other items like that. And yeah, that's, I think, it. So I think that's everything. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you've been to a con, please tell me your experiences in the comments down below. If you have any questions, please don't be scared to ask me. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope to see you next Thursday, but I will be a little late possibly because I'm going out of the country, and so I don't know how that's going to work with sleep and everything like that, so just a warning right there. But anyways, bye!